If your net worth vanished at midnight, how much power would you still have at 9 a.m.? That's the test. Because true wealth isn't the car in your driveway, it's what follows you when the numbers disappear. And tonight, I'm going to prove that many of you are already richer than you think, using a playbook as old as power itself, Machiavelli's secret. Here's the twist. The richest lives don't look rich. They're built on quiet levers, control, optionality, alliances, and discipline that make money a side effect, not the prize. Miss these levers and you'll spend your life chasing status. Master them and status starts chasing you. 2 scenes, 10 seconds. Scene 1, guy with a marble kitchen, zero freedom. Every raise buys a new cage. Scene 2, woman with a basic apartment, calendar wide open, cash growing while she sleeps. Which one is wealthy? Machiavelli would say, the one with power to choose. In this video, I'll show you 7 signs you've already won, the signals hidden in your habits that predict real wealth before your bank balance catches up. Watch for the one that quietly kills lifestyle inflation, and don't miss the last sign, the one that buys back decades, not dollars. Stick with me to the end for a 60-second Machiavelli protocol. Score yourself, find your strongest lever, and add one move this week that compounds for years. If you're ready to stop performing wealth and start owning it, let's begin. True wealth has no price tag. 7 signs you've already won. 1. Status immunity. Your self-worth isn't for sale. Here's the truth. Most people are broke not because they lack money, but because they're addicted to validation. They buy things to impress people who aren't even paying attention. They chase status like it's a currency. But those quietly getting rich, they've built status immunity. Status immunity means your self-worth isn't up for auction. You're no longer chasing likes, approval, or external proof of success. You've detached your identity from what you own, and that's when real power begins. When you stop trying to look rich, you finally had the energy and focus to become rich. People trapped in flex culture are constantly signaling wealth. Designer shoes, luxury trips, and selfies next to rented cars. But behind the scenes, they're anxious, over-leveraged, and stuck in a never-ending loop of comparison. On the other hand, those who've mastered status immunity understand that quiet confidence is the ultimate flex. You don't need to prove anything because your results speak louder than your image. This mindset is rare, but it's magnetic. When validation no longer drives you, you start making long-term decisions. You invest instead of impress. You say no to trends that drain your wallet and your mind. You buy time, not trophies. You wear simplicity like armor because it protects you from the constant noise of "look at me" culture. And here's the secret. When you don't chase validation, it starts chasing you. People notice calm confidence. They feel your focus, your independence, your self-control. You become the one others look up to, not because of your possessions, but because of your peace. Machiavelli would call this the art of self-command. True wealth isn't in being seen, it's in being centered. When your self-worth can't be bought or shaken, you've already won a game most people don't even realize they're playing. That's status immunity, and it's the foundation of quiet power. 2. Frame control. You choose the game and the rules. Most people play life like it's a game someone else designed. They chase trends, react to markets, and measure success by other people's standards. But the quietly wealthy, they operate differently. They understand one of Machiavelli's deepest secrets. Power doesn't come from playing harder, it comes from controlling the frame of the game itself. Frame control means you define the rules, the metrics, and even the pace. Instead of trying to win the popularity contest, you design a game you can win repeatedly. You choose arenas where your skills, temperament, and patience create exponential advantage, the kind that compounds quietly while others burn out chasing hype. Think of it like chess. Most people play checkers on someone else's board, fast, flashy, reactive. You, however, choose the slower, deeper game where every move multiplies over time. When everyone's fighting for quick money, you're mastering systems that print long-term returns. That's what true leverage looks like, the ability to bend outcomes because you picked the right battlefield from the start. Frame control is psychological armor. It protects you from distraction, envy, and emotional manipulation. You don't let markets, media, or friends dictate what success should look like. You decide the scorecard. Maybe your goal is freedom, time, or legacy, not a number or applause. Once you make that mental shift, you stop competing and start compounding. And here's the secret. The moment you stop reacting to noise, you gain the power to shape it. People start aligning with your energy. Opportunities come to you, not because you're chasing them, but because your frame is stronger. So ask yourself, are you choosing your game or playing someone else's? True wealth doesn't found in winning the loudest battles. It's built in quiet rooms by people who control the frame, set their own rules, and play a game designed for endurance, not applause. That's how power and wealth compound over time. 3. Optionality obsession. Keep the exit door unlocked. Most people think success means locking yourself into one big dream, a stable job, a fancy mortgage, a forever plan. But real power doesn't come from commitment, it comes from optionality, the freedom to pivot when the world changes. In a Machiavellian sense, optionality is control. It's having the ability to walk away at any moment and still thrive. When your life has low fixed costs and high flexibility, you own your time instead of renting it out. You're not tied to a lifestyle that demands a constant paycheck. You can say no to bad deals, toxic bosses, or short-term temptations, because your survival doesn't depend on them. That's the secret every quietly wealthy person knows. Wealth isn't about possessions, it's about positions. Optionality means you build systems that let you adapt fast. You learn skills that transfer across industries. You invest in tools that multiply your reach, not tie you down. You design your life like a chessboard. Every move keeps doors open, not closed. That's why the smartest investors, creators, and entrepreneurs don't brag about what they own. They brag about what they can choose. Keeping the exit door unlocked doesn't mean you lack commitment. It means you're committed to freedom. You can pursue big goals while staying light enough to pivot if the game changes. Think about it. Markets crash, trends fade, jobs vanish, but optionality lets you move before others even react. Here's the mindset shift. Instead of asking, what do I want to have? Start asking, what do I want to be free to do? Because when your overhead is low, your opportunities are unlimited. Optionality gives you leverage, and leverage creates peace of mind. In short, optionality is quiet wealth in motion. It's the power to adapt without begging for permission, to change direction without fear, and to design a life that's built on freedom, not obligation. When you keep the exit door unlocked, you're not running from life. You're simply ensuring that life never runs you. 4. Asymmetric bets mindset. Tiny risks, huge upside. Here's a mindset shift that separates the quietly wealthy from the endlessly average, the asymmetric bets mindset. It's about learning how to take small, calculated risks that have a massive potential upside while keeping your downside limited. In simple terms, you risk little, but if it works, the reward can change your life. Think about it like this. Most people make symmetric bets. They risk $1 to make $1. The wealthy, they risk $1 to make $10 or even $100. That's asymmetric. It's the kind of thinking that built empires, funded startups, and created financial freedom stories that look like luck from the outside, but are really strategy from the inside. This mindset isn't about gambling. It's about stacking the odds in your favor through smart experiments. Maybe you start a side hustle with minimal capital, but huge learning potential. Maybe you invest time in building a new skill that could unlock a higher income career. Maybe you test a new product, content idea, or business model online. Each of these moves has one thing in common: limited loss, unlimited learning, and potential return. The key here is volume and curiosity. The more small asymmetric bets you make, the higher your chances of hitting something big. Even if 9 out of 10 fail, the one that succeeds can easily make up for all the rest and then some. The wealthy don't avoid failure, they design around it. They make bets that are failure tolerant and success amplifying. And the best part? Every bet you take teaches you something, even when it doesn't pay off financially. You gain experience, data, and insight. Over time, these lessons compound into intuition, and that intuition becomes a wealth generator. So stop waiting for the perfect moment or guaranteed win. Start taking tiny risks with huge upside. Because the truth is, one smart asymmetric bet can do more for your life than a decade of playing it safe. 5. Low reactivity. Money swings don't sway your mood. Most people panic when their portfolio drops or a deal falls through. Their emotions rise and fall with every market headline. But the quietly wealthy, they've trained their minds to stay calm no matter what's happening around them. This mental strength is called low reactivity, and it's one of the most underrated wealth superpowers you can develop. When you're reactive, the market controls you. A red day makes you anxious, a green day makes you euphoric, and your decisions become impulsive. You buy high, sell low, and chase trends out of fear or excitement. But when you're calm, truly stoic, you see through the noise. You understand that money moves in cycles, emotions in waves, and your real advantage lies in how little those waves shake your mindset. Think of it like this. A beginner investor rides a roller coaster of emotion with every up and down. A master investor? He's sitting on the same ride, but he's sipping coffee, observing patterns, and making notes. Nothing about the external world has changed. Only his inner world has. Low reactivity doesn't mean you ignore money. It means you refuse to let it dictate your mood or your moves. You respond with logic, not panic. You recognize that volatility is not danger. It's opportunity disguised as noise. And that mindset lets you hold longer, think clearer, and win bigger. In business, relationships, and investing, calm people have the edge. They think while others react. They move when others freeze. They turn uncertainty into strategy. So, the next time your bank balance dips or your investment chart turns red, pause, breathe. Remember, money is emotional energy. It flows to those who stay centered when others lose control. That's the quiet truth Machiavelli would have approved of. Emotional control equals power. Because in a world where everyone's triggered by financial swings, your calm is your ultimate competitive advantage.
So now that you know the 7 subtle signs of true wealth, the kind that doesn't need to shout, let's take it a step further. Because understanding what real wealth looks like is one thing, but understanding why it works and how to apply it like the modern-day Machiavelli, that's where the real transformation begins. Welcome to the bonus section. 2 powerful ideas that explain why quiet wealth feels so peaceful, and how you can train your mind to build it automatically. These aren't just habits, they're psychological upgrades that rewire how you think about money, power, and freedom. Bonus 1. Why it works. Detachment frees cognitive bandwidth. Here's the truth. Most people never get rich not because they're lazy, but because their minds are too crowded. They spend all their energy chasing appearances, comparing cars, lifestyles, vacations, instead of quietly compounding power. Every time you check someone else's highlight reel, you drain mental energy that could have built your next opportunity. Detachment, in psychological terms, is the ability to not need what everyone else worships. It's freedom from the urge to constantly prove your worth. And when that happens, when you stop caring about impressing others, something powerful unlocks: cognitive bandwidth. You suddenly have space in your mind to think long-term, to make rational decisions and to act strategically instead of emotionally. You stop asking, "What will people think?" and start asking, "What will this decision buy me in 5 years?" That shift alone is a wealth multiplier. Think about it. When you're detached from status, you make better financial moves. You hold investments longer. You save without resentment. You say no to things that waste both your time and your peace. Detachment doesn't mean not caring. It means you care about the right things: your time, your mental clarity, and your long-term compounding curve. Machiavelli would have called this strategic restraint, the ability to keep emotion out of the equation while others lose their heads. In today's world, that's your edge. The more detached you are from social noise, the faster you move toward quiet freedom. Bonus 2. How to apply Machiavelli Protocol, 3 steps. Now that you understand why detachment is so powerful, here's the how. A simple 3-step system I call the Machiavelli Protocol. Think of it as a mental operating system for wealth that compounds even when you're not watching. Step 1. Default no to distractions. Most people default to yes. Every invite, every trend, every shiny opportunity. Machiavelli's secret? Say no by default and only say yes when it aligns with your long-term game. Every no buys you focus. Every no protects your compounding momentum. Because distractions aren't just time thieves, they're compound killers. Step 2. Automate wealth. Wealth shouldn't rely on daily motivation. It should run in the background. Set up automatic transfers that invest before you spend. Treat saving as a subscription to your future freedom. When your systems handle the discipline, your mind stays free to create, to grow, and to think clearly. That's cognitive bandwidth in action. Step 3. Run one asymmetric experiment weekly. An asymmetric experiment means taking a small risk that could have a massive upside with limited downside. It could be testing a side hustle, building a new skill, reaching out to a new mentor, or launching a micro idea. These experiments stack optionality, tiny doors that might open into massive opportunities later. Do this every week, and you'll quietly become anti-fragile. You'll grow stronger through uncertainty. You'll stop depending on one income, one skill, or one path. That's the essence of Machiavellian wealth. Invisible moves, exponential payoffs. So remember, real wealth begins the moment you stop performing and start compounding. Detach from noise, automate your freedom, and experiment your way to power. Because true wealth has no price tag. It's in the mornings you don't rush, the decisions you don't regret, and the peace that no market crash can take from you. And if that kind of freedom is starting to show up in your life, even just a little, you're already living the quiet victory most people never find. So keep building, keep compounding, and remember the game isn't to look rich. The game is to never need to. If this video shifted how you see wealth, hit that like button so more people can escape the trap of fake success. And if you want to go deeper into the mindset behind quiet power, check out my next video, 7 Habits of the Quietly Wealthy. Trust me, it'll change how you play the game. See you there. And until then, stay calm, stay free, and keep building invisible empires.